conversations a lot at the Diaspora collective. A lot of members were like, well, I feel more like New Rican than I do Puerto Rican. And I think that that experience is like deeply valuable and an expression of the impacts of forced migration. We are not under the assumption that all individuals are going to be repatriated. That is like quite unrealistic at this point. And the US is a particular settler colony that so much of the inhabitants are forced migrants, that also needs to be taken into account when we address the reparations that is necessary within the US. Like Black folks who've been here for hundreds of years because of slavery and kidnapping. So many of these folks are viewing their ancestral lands within the communities that they were kidnapped to here. And so we think a lot at the Diaspora collective as my example of encouraging repatriation in the simplest terms of like going back to Puerto Rico and connecting with our land and our people that look like us and that have been here for generations, but not forcing individuals to see that as the only way of repairing what has been done to us. And understanding the ways of which we've built roots here all across the US, but particularly in New York City and New Jersey, and that we deserve to stay here if we want. So I think within all of that, the necessity for choice. And I also want conversations to touch on the question of policies within the New York City, New Jersey area, and generally around INS, the historical process. I don't want to go too deep because I'm mindful of time, but one thing that was touched on at a migration panel by BAP a few weeks ago is something that I think is crucial for us to understand, that all law enforcement globally, federally and citywide is participating in kidnapping of migrants right now. And it's been that way for years. And to not just understand ICE as the only perpetrator and danger to our people. I'm not going to misquote the specific statistic, but X amount of every 5 FBI worker is now participating in kidnapping of migrants. And I think that's really important to understand the danger that all of our people are in right now. And then the second thing on a more local scale I wanted to touch on is the necessity to uphold what we will talk about as quite unsubstantial, but we need to still hold on to it. Policies that have been put in place within our localities, within New York City, to protect migrant workers. Yes, we are not going to be saved by city government, but these policies that have been put in place over the past 10 years of hiring migrant workers, depending on the amount of papers that they have accessible to their employer, et cetera. These need to be upheld more and more as we are fighting on a federal level. We are more likely to win when we pit our city governments against our federal government. If we distract them in that way, we're more likely to win on a local scale. Let the upper people fight over all of this shit, because I think we have to utilize all of the tactics that are available to us. So really thinking about our local material conditions